Person of interest in the Clarendon mass killing taken into custody by the police. Hi again and welcome. This is Links 007 TV News Report, and we'll be right back with the full details to come. Welcome to Links 007 TV News Report, providing you with the best in local and international news updates. This is a place where you can get the most reliable and informative news information. Links 007 TV News Report. Welcome back and thanks for joining us. This is Links 007 TV News Report. The man identified as a person of interest in Tuesday's killing of a family in Cocoa Peace, Clarendon is now in police custody. Links 007 TV News has learned that Roshane Barrett, the 23-year-old cousin of Kemisha Wright, the woman who was found dead at Cocoa Peace home along with her 4 children ages 15, 10, 5 and 23 months old, was held in a police operation in the Wilson Run District, Warsop, Trelawney on Tuesday night. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey confirmed his apprehension and said that he'll be questioned by detectives very soon. Early on Tuesday, the police identified Barrett, otherwise called Jet or Nick, as a person of interest. He was said to frequent Cocoa Peace in Clarendon, Wilson Run in Trelawney and Papine in St. Andrew. In response to the massacre in Clarendon, Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, denounced the killing of the 34-year-old Kemisha Wright and her 4 children and stated that this is a new law in Jamaica that has demonstrated the extreme contempt for the sanity of life.
I just landed in the United Kingdom, where I was greeted with this terrible news. I'm certain that all Jamaica is grieving. I'm certain that all Jamaica is horrified and upset at this gruesome murder. It is the most gruesome crime that I can recall in recent times. The murder of a young woman and her 4 children. It is heartbreaking, heartrending. This kind of violence cannot be allowed to continue without a response, without action on the part of the government. The police commissioner and the Minister of National Security have both assured me that they have put all the resources in place to ensure that the perpetrator is caught. Already they have a suspect, a person of interest, and they have already good leads in capturing that person. You know, this kind of murder, this kind of gruesome killing shows the lack of respect and dignity and sanctity of life. It really shows how violence, the ultimate violence that of taking life, has become entrenched in our society.
This is not just a domestic dispute. This murder represents an attack on our civility, an attack on our sensibilities, and it is an attack on our nation. The police, the Minister of National Security has assured me that they are going to be putting all the resources into ensuring that the perpetrator is caught and brought to justice. I want to express my deep sympathies to the family of young Kemisha and her children, and to let them know that the entire nation is praying for them and surrounding them with love and support. I think this is a point where all Jamaicans should reflect on the level of violence in the society and how we have come to normalize violence, and that each and every one of us, how we rear our children, how we interact with each other, how we conduct our social transactions, we must all turn away from violence as a means of resolving disputes and conflicts.
In the meantime, the Member of Parliament for Clarendon North Central, Robert Morgan, has described the mass killing in the constituency as a terrible tragedy. Kemisha Wright, who was said to be 34 years old, and her 4 children, 3 girls and a toddler boy, Kimani Simit, 15 years old, Shamari Simit, age 10, Kafani Simit, age 5, and a little toddler who goes by the name Kishan Henry, a 23-month-old boy, were all found dead at their home on Tuesday. The police have so far not stated what really transpired at the house. However, they have only stated that the incident stemmed from a domestic dispute.
One who may be able to help us with the investigation. One Rushane Barnett, OC Jet. He's also of Wilson Run Trelawney or Papine in St. Andrew. He's 23 years old and is a cousin of the deceased. So anyone who can assist us in having and locating him, as I say, at the moment he's a person of interest and we believe he can assist us.
The government of Jamaica strongly condemned the gruesome and unwarranted attack of a 34-year-old woman and her 4 children in Clarendon this morning. The horrific murder of Temisha Wright, 34 years old, woman of Cockapeace, and her 4 children, Kimana Smith, 15-year-old girl, Shamana Smith, 10-year-old girl, Kafana Smith, 5-year-old girlie, and little Kishan Henry, and 23 months old baby boy. It is an act of savagery and brutality of unequal proportions. These are young, promising children with their entire lives ahead of them. Mrs. Wright was a hard-working and honest young woman who was making a life for herself and her children. This barbarity is deplorable. It reflects the epidemic of interpersonal violence that permeates sections of our society today. Such utter evil and horror reinforces the need for us to continue to pursue a holistic approach to this disease of interpersonal violence in our society. I wish to express my personal condolences to Mr. Wright's family. The police are continuing their investigation, and we expect a breakthrough in the case in a short order. In the meantime, state agencies, including CPFSA, have been deployed to provide support. We urge anyone with information to come forward and assist in the investigation. I must confess this is strictly not the police was investigating criminality, but this is not a police issue. It is a reflection of a greater social disease of violence that we have to deal with. It's just a level of brutality that is hard to comprehend and appreciate. I think the entire country feels the horror of this and extend the, I think I speak on behalf of every parliamentarian and technical officer in this room today, to extend our deep sympathy and to the family and to the community members. And what is, my understanding, is essentially a domestic issue. Right? The police have actually apprehended someone that they have in custody who is, in fact, a distant family member that's supposed to be involved. Certainly have to examine how this kind of madness gets the family. We have seen increasing levels of interfamily violence in recent times, domestic violence as it is classified in the police records.
Links007 TV will continue to track this story and provide you with more information to comment this. Thanks for watching.